nailed it.
Okay. First podcast. Okay. So what happened? When I was 11 years old, I found the law of attraction.
Okay. What's that?
The law of attraction is anything that you think about constantly starts to manifest within your life. So I'm 11 years old. I'm on YouTube. And it was called The Secret. And at this point in my life, I was just living normally, like a normal person. Not really. Mind you, I'm 11. So, when I was fucking about to hit puberty and shit, you just find your dick, like you're about there. You know what I mean?
Firing off empty blanks.
Yeah, you're just like, you're finding it out. So I find The Secret, law of attraction, and I started to realize right then and there that I was in total control of my life. Okay. And I was like, I no longer want to live average.
How'd you find it?
It's on YouTube. It just found me, essentially.
The suggestion box brought you to law of attraction.
Yeah,
okay.
It was called The Secret. Boom. So then I found this video game. Up to this point, I didn't even play video games. One Sunday, I'm like, yo, I want NBA Live 2005, the one with Carmelo Anthony on the cover. Okay. And that day, I made the decision I wanted to be a basketball player. So then I committed the next 10 years to basketball. I was trying to go D1, got out of Canada, went to prep school, and it started in Wichita, Kansas. I used to play at a YMCA with a makeshift, but there's a crazy story, makeshift basketball team. They brought a fake team to Ottawa. They used to practice at the YMCA where I would go after school. And I became friends with the guy who made the fake school.
A fake school? What do you mean a fake school?
Like a fake prep school. It was like a fake prep school.
There's a story about that recently, like a fake football team.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
How does that come out?
They came in from the Bahamas.
Okay.
And they came and never left.
And they went to Kansas.
Canada.
They were in Canada. Okay. Yeah. And they set up a fake school.
A fake school.
But really, it was just a basketball team. But they said, like, oh, we go to this school. These kids
go
here.
This private school.
Okay.
So I became friends with their head coach.
Right.
His name. I'm not gonna say his name. And then one day at the YMCA where they would practice, he was like, "Yo, I know a coach called Kyle Lindstead, and he coaches at Sunrise Christian Academy in Wichita, Kansas."
Okay.
So he calls him. I talk on the phone with him. He's like, "Hey man, if you're good enough, you can fly out here, and if you're good enough, you can come here to school next year." And I'm thinking this is all not real.
Yeah.
End up flying out there. I go there. Buddy Hield went to that school. He plays for the Sacramento Kings. I go there. I beat him in a shooting competition. Boom, boom, boom. And then I ended up not miss. It was God, bro. I didn't miss a shot the whole tryout.
Really?
Literally, the first shot went off Buddy's finger and still went in. Didn't miss a shot. I ended up going there the next year. Then I go to junior college for 1 year in Casper, Wyoming at Casper College. Then I get the Division I scholarship to the University of Montana. Yeah. Once I get to the University of Montana, the coach, Coach Tinkle ends up going to Oregon State, and Travis DeCure comes in from Cal.
Okay.
We didn't mesh. I got hurt. Didn't get any playing time. End of the year, he tells me to transfer. Then I get a call from Wichita, Kansas, back where I was at prep school. Right. Coach Potter, who's an advocate for mental health, shout out to that. He just called me the other day. Called me. He's like, "Danny, you can come here and you have a full scholarship," because before I left, I went to there to try out, which was a D2.
Yeah.
But I told myself, if I don't kill these D2 guys, I'm going D2.
Yeah.
I ended up killing them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
2 years later down the road, I ended up going back there, and that's where I started writing poetry.
Okay. How do you?
It's a long story.
How do you get offers from training with a fake team or
I wasn't on the fake team. I went to a normal high school in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, but you became friends with them and started hanging out with them.
Exactly.
Okay.
We played them. Someone filmed it on an iPad. It was it's a really long, intricate ass story.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And are they all the actual age that they're supposed to be? I mean, if you're creating a bullshit team, you can, right?
I think
you
so.
Can do
I mean,
I
was 17. They looked about my age. I still talk to some of them,
What's the benefit of making a fake team anyway? What do you?
Man, opportunity. There's people all around the world who aren't afforded the same opportunities we have, like in the Bahamas, Sri Lanka, India, the list goes on. So for some of these people, it's a lifeline. And I can come here and play basketball. Boom.
Also, if you're a coach, you get booster money. So if you're Rimkus, for example, if Redmond was a successful football program, he would have gotten booster money. Bellevue High School gets booster money. So if you as a high school coach, you're teaching whatever, then you're also going to make money off boosters.
Right. Okay. How long did you do D2 for? Into basketball to poetry. How did that happen?
So once I got to Newman University, which is where I graduated from, I got a job as an overnight janitor, needed money, did that. And then I was working in Dame Matias Hall, which is the arts department on the Newman University campus.
Right.
So I was cleaning up after everything. Then one day on the way to play Arkansas Fort Smith on the bus, I was listening to a song by They on SoundCloud. It was because I actually met this dude at a fish place.
What?
random as shit. I met him at a fish place, and I told him, like, bro, it's crazy. Y'all song inspired me to write my first poem. Anyways, he's like, dun, 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 dun. Or something like that. So I hear that song, and I'm like, let me try to write something.
Yeah.
I end up writing about like hoes, bitches, and all this shit like that. And I'm like, nah, this isn't me. So I'm like, yo, let me try to write a spoken word poem. At that time, I thought I had coined the phrase. I Googled it, realized it had been existing.
Yeah.
So I write this poem. Shit was crazy. I get off the bus. I show it to my teammate. He's like, bro, you wrote that? I'm like, yeah, bro, I just wrote it right now. He's like, yo, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Can you remember that? Do you remember it?
Yeah, I remember something that goes like this. It's like, God, it's in my phone. But people ask me this all the time, and I try to get it. It's so easy to see what's different when we're living in a world predicated off creating your own image. You see, being the same is lame, and what's insane is that all fads die because acting like someone else is eventually labeled plain. They lied. There's nothing wrong with being basic, and what your heart draws you to, and if what your heart draws you to is considered tasteless, my friend, please remain nameless. The real truth is, who we are, we must face it, because trying to be something else takes way too much energy, and there's no way our soul can sustain it. The task is shameless, and if the only reason is to become famous, we'll lose ourselves and join those who became brainless. That's the part where I always end up messing up. And those who became brainless. Yeah, it's in my phone, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Like 5 years ago. Okay. So I was like, I wrote that first poem, and I was like, yo, I think where I'm starting at, I think I could be like great.
Yeah, you could become.
And that sounds good without a beat. You know, that sounds like
because
perfect.
To me, like that sounds like a rap.
Yeah,
like that sounded like rap.
Yeah,
so, like,
but it's poetry.
So cool. How'd you take that and then go from all the way to like how many subscribers do you have on YouTube? You have like
almost 4 now.
Yeah, you almost have like 4 million. How'd you get from that to there? Like you're on the bus to like the game. You're writing that out.
So I write that poem on the bus. As soon as I wrote that poem, I said, "This is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life." Because basketball, I put so much energy into getting better. You know, but I was immediately good with the words, and I'd always like freestyled like back in the day, like randomly, you know, and whatever that shit was. So I'm like, damn. So if I'm starting here, I think I can be one of the best of all time. So I continued to write poetry, and I just started writing poetry forever. Then I started making little motivational videos, and then I just started like finding like different little trends I would find online, and then I would use my words to craft something towards that trend.
Yeah.
And then like those would, you know.
What do you call that? It's not a parody, but it's like like you did the Joker. That was a huge.
Yeah, that one ain't no parody though. That shit's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But, like the shit I used to do back then, I did like a McDonald's rap.
Yeah.
One time I did Catch Me Outside.
Yeah. That was a huge video.
That shit blew up. I did Hilly Clinton.
Okay.
But like the thought behind that shit is crazy. It was like at that time everyone was telling me I looked like Designer.
Yeah.
Right. But that was also when Hillary Clinton was going up against Donald Trump.
Right.
So I took the whole election and created like a Republican Democrat, you know, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Lots of Trump and now we tripping. You know what I mean? So